As the Trump administration pushes to wind down the Department of Education and hand over power to the states, Education Secretary Linda McMahon is kicking off a national tour this morning. Her mission is to tout the potential benefits of local decision-making for schools. McMahon is set to make stops in all 50 states, starting with Louisiana. She's there to highlight a standout success story in American education. Louisiana went from being ranked 50th in fourth grade reading in 2019 to 16th. By the way, Louisiana is the only state to improve its literacy rate since 2019, to improve upon its literacy rates since 2019, according to the nation's report card, which reviews standardized testing of fourth and eighth graders. Other states have not seen the same growth. School-aged reading scores show the national average is still behind pre-pandemic levels. So how did Louisiana do it? Joining us now is Secretary McMahon and Louisiana State Superintendent of Education, Cade Brumley. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thanks for having us this morning.
Secretary, we'll start with you. Why did you decide to kick things off in Louisiana? What are you hoping to achieve in this tour?
Well, why not start at the top and with the state that's had the best improvement in their scores? And so I've known Cade for a while now. I know what he was doing in the state of Louisiana, excuse me, and it's been such a success story. And I actually think he ought to toot his own horn a little bit.
Look, Louisiana has narrowed the focus to making sure kids can read, do math, graduate ready for what's next. And we so appreciate President Trump and Secretary McMahon's leadership to further empower our work here in Louisiana, return educational decisions to the states where we believe we can make the best decisions for kids here in the state of Louisiana.
Well, what is the good news, Mr. Superintendent? How were you able to do it? Share the recipe if you could.
Well, look, Louisiana in 2019, we were ranked 50th, 49th or 50th in educational outcomes on the nation's report card. Today, I'm here with you, and we're ranked 32nd in the country. That's a testament to the teachers across the state of Louisiana, our science of reading strategy, our foundational math strategy, school choice, letting teachers teach. A combination of efforts have really worked here. We have strong alignment between our governor's office, our legislature, our state board, all the way down to the schools. And we think that if we can continue to focus on the main thing, which is the pursuit of academic excellence every day, results will continue to improve in the state of Louisiana.
Secretary, if you're doing this tour to find best practices in each state, isn't that a reason to have a Department of Education so you can promote these best practices nationwide?
Well, the reason for doing it, yes, is to promote them nationwide, but to share with the states what are best practices. To develop toolkits for them so that they can see what other states are doing. And some states are doing well. They're making progress, but they need to know, what is available and what is out there. Governors are pretty competitive too. And if one state's doing well, they want to see what's going on in that state. So I think as we make this tour and as I see what best practices are and we provide these toolkits, we develop them and then can deliver them to the states and say, these are things that you can choose from. These are things that have been successful in other states. It's not a mandate. It's not for you to choose. I think every school system needs to work within its own community to decide what curriculum works best there, what are the ways that their students can learn. And that's why it's imperative that education be returned to the states, because when states are creative and innovative, you will see the kind of progress that you've seen here in Louisiana.
But Secretary, one of the areas where people are worried if the Department of Education goes away is special education. My mom was a special ed teacher. I know a lot of families that have IEPs for their kids. These are individual educational programs. Will the funding, which tends to come from the feds, still be there for these special programs and the support these kids need if the department goes away?
I think that is the least worry that anyone should have, because Congress appropriates that money and it flows through whichever agency will be distributing it. So that money flowed from 1965 before there was a Department of Education, and it will continue to flow.
Speaking of funding, Superintendent, a lot of the programs that were able to create that huge jump in reading literacy in your state came from federal grants, which are going to run out. If there is no Department of Education as we know it today, and you don't have that funding, isn't that going to hurt your students?
Well, look, I think it has the potential to be very helpful. To the contrary, we were able to use those pandemic dollars around the academic efforts that we knew were best for students in the state of Louisiana. And that really worked. We have raised outcomes like never before. And in many ways, we are the talk of the country for our literacy reforms, what we're trying to do in math, and in so many other areas. I think that if we can continue to work with Secretary McMahon and her team around loosening the restrictions around these funds, we can work with our state legislature, with moms and dads and local communities here around where to best situate those dollars for the needs of kids here in the state of Louisiana. So we're just really excited about the ideas around not having these excessive restrictions and bureaucratic needs surrounding dollars, but instead allowing them to be flexible so that local leaders can make decisions around what's in the best interest for kids.
Well, congratulations, Mr. Superintendent. It's been a long time since I've seen any kind of positive headline on reading in this country, and to make those improvements is a really big deal. So well done. And Madam Secretary, thank you very much for being here this morning, and good luck on this tour.
Thank you very much.
Thanks for having us.